The moment itself is administrative.
No sirens.
No emergency broadcasts. No announcement to prepare the public. A document appears, not leaked, not stolen, released. A routine update on an official government archive, buried among budget reports and historical corrections. A dry title, a long PDF, the kind of thing no one notices for hours, until someone reads page 7. The illusion breaks instantly. Area 51 was never just a testing ground. It was never just experimental aircraft. It was never just secrecy for secrecy's sake. The documents describe first contact, not an invasion, not a crash recovery story meant for tabloids. A controlled, limited, non-hostile encounter that occurred decades ago and never repeated publicly. The language is calm. That is what terrifies people. There are dates, coordinates, transcripts, biological notes written without awe or fear. Engineers, linguists, physicians documenting something non-human the same way they would document a new alloy or pathogen. The files confirm what conspiracy theories never could. We were not alone, and we were not panicked. We were methodical. The public reaction is delayed by disbelief. People assume fabrication, test, psyops, deepfake bureaucracy. Journalists hesitate, governments hesitate. Then independent verification begins, and it does not stop. Multiple agencies confirm authenticity. Former officials go silent instead of denying.
Satellite logs align.
Budgets finally make sense. The truth lands unevenly. Some people laugh, others cry. Many feel nothing at all. Shock does not arrive as fear, it arrives as disorientation. The sky looks the same. The streets are the same. Life continues as if nothing has changed. But something has. Humanity realizes it was never waiting for first contact. It already happened. The documents reveal restraint. The beings did not land openly. They did not broadcast. They did not demand recognition. They interacted briefly, exchanged limited information, and withdrew. Not because of hostility, because of assessment. The files never used the word friendly. They used the word observant. Technology exchanges were minimal. No weapons, no energy miracles, only biological samples, environmental data, and something described as cognitive mapping. The purpose was not to help. It was to understand. The most disturbing part is not what is revealed. It is what is missing. There is no follow-up, no second meeting, no timeline for return, just a conclusion written in bureaucratic language. Further interaction postponed indefinitely. Humanity was evaluated and then left. The public demands answers. Why hide this? Why for so long? Why never tell anyone? The documents answer that too. Because contact changed nothing except perspective. Officials feared not panic, but paralysis. The knowledge that we were not alone, not central, not unique would alter behavior in unpredictable ways. Economies, religions, politics, all built on assumptions of isolation. Secrecy was not protection from aliens. It was protection from ourselves. Markets react violently, not because of technology, because of irrelevance. If another intelligence exists that can cross space and leave without concern, then human dominance is contextual, temporary, local. Investors struggle to price meaning. Religion fractures overnight. Some faiths claim validation. Others collapse under contradiction. New movements form instantly, not worshiping aliens, but reinterpreting humanity's role as a monitored species rather than a chosen one. Science enters crisis, not because theories are wrong, because priorities are. Entire fields realize they have been studying the universe as if humanity was the endpoint. Now the endpoint has been revealed as optional. Social media becomes unbearable. Everyone has a theory. Everyone has a feeling. Everyone wants to matter in a universe that clearly does not revolve around opinion. The most unsettling revelation is buried deep in the files. The contact was not accidental. The beings knew exactly who they were contacting. They referenced human history, languages, conflicts. They did not mistake us for animals. They simply did not treat us as equals. The interaction reads less like diplomacy and more like a field study. That detail spreads quietly. Fear does not come from threat. It comes from dismissal. Humanity has always feared invasion, conquest, erasure. No one prepared for indifference. The governments of the world issue coordinated statements urging calm, cooperation, unity. The irony is unbearable. Unity was never this urgent when the threat was human. Now that the universe has acknowledged us and moved on, unity feels like panic disguised as maturity. People look at the night sky differently, not searching for ships, wondering if they are still being watched. The idea settles slowly, heavily, without hysteria. We were not hidden because the truth was dangerous. We were hidden because the truth was destabilizing. That humanity was not the first, not the center, not the priority. Area 51 was not a secret base. It was a closed chapter. And now that chapter is open, the question is no longer are we alone? It is why were we left? This was not disclosure. It was context, a fundamental loss. The loss of believing that the universe was waiting for us. And this is only the beginning of what happens when humanity realizes it was already contacted and quietly deemed unready for anything more. Time passes and the world does not end. That is the first disappointment. There are no riots in the streets, no collapse of governments, no sudden rise of global unity. Humanity absorbs the truth the way it absorbs everything else, unevenly, emotionally, and with selective attention. Life continues. Bills are paid. Children go to school. Traffic jams still happen. The sky remains silent. But something irreversible has shifted. The knowledge settles deep, not as fear, but as reorientation. Humanity is no longer speculating about the universe. It has been acknowledged by it and then ignored. That is harder to live with than hostility. Governments struggle first. For decades, secrecy gave them leverage. Now transparency exposes how small their role actually was. The most powerful institutions on Earth were not guardians of humanity's future. They were archivists. The declassified documents reveal that after contact, policy did not focus on defense or preparation. It focused on silence. Not because leaders feared invasion, but because they feared what widespread awareness would do to human motivation. And now that awareness is everywhere. Military budgets are questioned in a new way. What does deterrence mean if the real unknown left without resistance? What does supremacy mean if superiority was never contested? Arms races lose narrative power. You cannot scare people with each other once the universe has demonstrated how irrelevant those conflicts are on a larger scale. Science fractures ideologically. Some researchers double down, convinced humanity must catch up, technologically, biologically, cognitively. Funding pours into AI, space propulsion, genetic optimization. If we were studied, they argue, then the only answer is to become unignorable. Others retreat. They argue that advancement is what attracted attention in the first place, that silence was earned through restraint, that survival might depend on remaining boring. Progress becomes controversial. Every breakthrough carries a shadow. Is this how others failed? Religion continues to splinter, not violently, existentially. Some belief systems reinterpret the visitors as angels, watchers, caretakers of creation. Others quietly lose followers, unable to reconcile divine purpose with cosmic indifference. A new belief spreads without scripture. Humanity as adolescence, not chosen, not condemned, observed. The idea is intoxicating and humiliating at the same time. Culture reflects the wound. Movies stop portraying aliens as invaders. They become absent presences. Stories focus on being evaluated, not attacked. The horror shifts from destruction to dismissal. Art grows smaller, more introspective, less heroic. The age of cosmic destiny ends quietly. Children grow up knowing the truth. They do not fear it. They normalize it. To them, aliens are not monsters or saviors. They are something like weather, real, distant, uninterested. The universe becomes less magical and more indifferent. This shapes ambition. Why explore space if someone already has? Why conquer if conquest means nothing beyond Earth? Some children dream smaller lives. Others dream of proving worth. The psychological split deepens. Humanity becomes obsessed with signs. Every anomaly in the sky trends instantly. Every unexplained signal sparks panic and hope in equal measure. But nothing arrives. No follow-up. No warning.
No invitation.
Silence stretches, and silence teaches a cruel lesson. Contact did not fail because humanity was violent. It failed because humanity was predictable. The documents reveal this indirectly. The beings noted patterns, competition, hierarchy, tribalism, short-term thinking. Not as condemnation, as observation. Humanity was not rejected. It was categorized. That realization hits hardest. Not being judged, being sorted. Global cooperation attempts surge, then fade. Without an external threat, unity lacks urgency. Old conflicts reassert themselves, now wearing the mask of meaninglessness. Why fight over borders if none of this matters cosmically? Why stop fighting if this is all we have? Both questions coexist. The second wins more often. Area 51 becomes a museum. Literally. Tourists walk through glass halls displaying replicas, redacted transcripts, sanitized explanations. Children press their hands to exhibits describing a meeting that changed nothing and everything at once. There is no shrine, no monument, just documentation. That too feels appropriate. Years later, the deepest impact becomes clear. Humanity stops asking when aliens will return. The question becomes whether we would notice if they did. Because the most terrifying possibility is no longer invasion. It is repetition. That other civilizations were contacted the same way. Observed briefly, measured carefully, left behind. Not destroyed, not saved, just archived. The universe, it seems, is not hostile. It is selective. And selection does not require cruelty, only patience. Looking back, historians will say that declassifying Area 51 did not change humanity's fate. Clarified it. We were never waiting for first contact. We were living after it. The greatest loss was not secrecy. It was significance. The belief that when the universe finally noticed us, something would happen. Something big. Something meaningful. Something that proved we mattered. Instead, we learned that the universe noticed us and moved on. And in that quiet truth, humanity faced its hardest challenge yet. To find meaning without being chosen. To evolve without an audience. To survive knowing that no one is coming back to check on us. This was not disclosure. It was humility, a fundamental loss. The loss of cosmic importance. And what humanity becomes next will not be shaped by aliens. It will be shaped by what we do when we finally understand that we were seen and deemed ordinary.